Alright, so Machamp is one of the strongest mons in the entire game, holding 4 arms, a championship belt, and stupid high attack to actually complement it. So that's pretty much what it is. Machamp is really spammy, it has decent stamina, very high attack, and it holds one of the, arguably the greatest bang for your buck fast move in the game called Counter. So Counter plus Machamp plus Cross Chop, which was added to it not too long ago to make it really, really powerful. Cross Chop actually used to be Legacy, then they flipped it around and they gave it back to Machamp, and now Machamp is just an absolute monster! So, Machamp is, Machamp is it's very strong, but it does, it has a lot of weaknesses, but it actually doesn't have a lot of resistances. You only resist Bug, Dark, and Rock, but you're weak to Fairy, Flying, and Psychic. So there are some Confusion users and Charmers will actually wreck your world. Flying is very prominent in the meta as well. However, we're looking at the Shadow version. So the Shadow version actually flips a few things if you have shields. You resist Bugs, so you will resist those Galvantulas. However, Galvantula still hurts with Discharge. You resist Dark, so Umbreon. You do not fear Umbreon. Unless it's Last Resort, just be careful of that. And you resist Rock, so Bastiodon dies. That's all you need to know. Bastiodon just dies. That's all you need to know. So Machamp is incredibly powerful. It's cheap. It's been around for a while, so you should have one. You might not have a Shadow one, but you have plenty of candy to build a regular one. It's been out for a very long time. You can still probably find it in cloudy weather. Their Counter is one of, like I said, one of the best moves in the game. Counter, Cross Chop, and you also have Close Combat, Stone Edge. You even have Submission. It has a lot of movesets that are really, really good for Go Battle League. And it's 50,000 dust, 50 candy. This isn't that expensive compared to other things. So 50,000 dust and 50 candy, but Machamp has been dime a dozen. So you should have, like I said, unless you're new to the game, you should have plenty to build a Machamp. And the only difficulty you should have is try to find a good Shadow Machamp for PvP, because you can only get them on stops. But Machamp is a monster. Shadow Machamp, that's what we're analyzing, is a monster for Go Battle League, and there's a couple of reasons why. Alright, so here are the rankings. Shadow Machamp ranks at number 11 overall. It does lose overall against a lot of other things, but it's actually really good. If you look, it's best used as a lead. You can also use it as a closer. Those are the two most common things. Not great as a switch unless what you switch into is such a dominant matchup. You beat a lot of popular picks. You beat Galarian Stunfisk. You beat Skarmory, Marowak, yes. Ghosts resist punches, but you know, these punches are actually strong enough to beat Alola, Marowak, and the One Shield. You also beat Umbreon, you also destroy Shiftry. I am a heavy Shiftry lead user, and it does not like seeing a Shadow Machamp. But you lose against Azumarill, lose against Deoxys D. The brand new Galvantula just came up. Ironically, even though you do punch through Abomasnow like Swiss cheese, with Counter, you lose against it on One Shield, and you also lose against a fellow fighter in Toxicroak. Like I said, in the lead, Shadow Machamp is the strongest. It rates at number 3, behind the Pancake and behind Mew. You beat pretty much the same things you saw in the original analysis for the One Shield. So with 2 shields up, with shields in play, you still beat pretty much the same things. You have a stronger matchup against the Pancake, but you lose against Azu, you lose against Deoxys D, Galvantula, Abomasnow, Toxicroak, and you will use Cross Chop most of the time along with Counter. So Cross Chop and Counter are the 2 moves you want for Shadow Machamp. As a closer, it does very well as well. Ranking at number 14, it beats Stunfisk. Bastiodon in the back is very popular, so if you do get Bastiodon in the back, you will straight up counter it down. It's nuts just how powerful it is in the closer. As a switch, Shadow Machamp isn't as great though. Don't recommend it, like I said, unless it ranks at number 28, unless you actually get it. Even lose against Shadow Victory Belt and Deoxys D, which are 2 popular Deoxys D, Hypno, Shadow Hypno are all popular safe switches because they're just that good, and Hypno's confusions will kill you. Psycho Boost absolutely annihilates Shadow Machamp, and those counters do chunk, despite the fact that they don't have stab because of Deoxys D's. Deoxys D is not a fight type, but counter does so much damage, and like you see, the recommended moveset for all of them are Counter, Cross Chop, and Rock Slide for all movesets. Shadow Machamp is a beast. If you have good energy management and you are super confident in your Pokemon's bulk, Shadow Machamp will actually run through and sweep the competition. Alright, so here we have Shadow Machamp. I put Shadow Machamp with Counter counter cross shot mod slide, but I'm also gonna add the close combat variation, and also I'm gonna put Stone Edge in here too. Now, there's a few things you can get away with. For example, if you do Stone Edge a few things, you're actually gonna like run through, but like not for Great League. Great League, you definitely want Cross Chop Rock Slide. But if you want to use another moveset, we'll take a look at that. So here's the matrix. I'm gonna do the 2 shields. So Machamp in the lead. Shadow Machamp's in the lead. Actually, I looked at it. Give me 1 second. Make sure when you do your analysis, make sure your like secondaries are shadows. So do that, and then you make sure you do this, and then just change that to Shadow Machamp. There you go. Then you can do this, and then you can do, let's see, and then we do Stone Edge. Now, keep in mind, if you do Stone Edge, you need to elite TM, so be very careful of that. Rerun the sim. Here we go. Everything's fixed now. All right, so Shadow Machamp is a monster with 2 shields. Any Machamp with shield or energy advantage will just actually wreck your world. As you see, beat Abomasnow, you beat Azumarill in the 2 shield. You beat Azu in the 2 shield with all variations, even close combat. That is disgusting. You literally beat this poor bunny down just straight cross chop. You bait 2 shields with you bait both shields with cross chops, and then you go for the big Stone Edge, not Stone Edge, or Rock Slide, and then you just counter down. Actually, you cross chop to the end. So you will actually win with a cross chop, let's see, counter combination. Let's see what happens if you have bad IVs. So let's say you have, that's not even like 1, 15, 15, that's like 6, 10, 50. Let's say you have 10, 12, 14, 15, something of that sort. Do you still beat it? You do. You'll win with 10 HP. So you beat Azu in the 2 shield with Shadow Machamp. So you actually beat Azu in the lead with your shields. You absolutely destroy Azu. You absolutely annihilate Bastiodon. Now be careful, Deoxys D. Deoxys D will wreck your world, as well as Cresselia. Be careful of these two. Cresselia isn't very common, but can still be there. You beat Dewgong, you lose against Driplim. I haven't seen many Driplim, so you should be okay. So Haunter is also pretty absent. However, you beat Ferrothorn, you beat Process, you beat Galvantula in the 2 shield, you beat the new and improved Spooter in the 2 shield, and I guess you just go straight okay, so you you literally just go straight cross chop. You don't even have to use Rock Sprite, dude. You just literally cross chop it to death. That's how broken this thing is. It's absolutely incredible. You beat Noob improved Spooter in the shield, and you beat Azu. Those are huge. Now, you don't see many Haunters in the lead anymore, so don't worry about that too much. You do see some has Hypno, so be careful if you see Hypno in the lead. You beat Lapras, of course, Shadow Machamp, you're going to be neutral. You beat Lapras, you beat Matt, you even beat Mantine. Mantine is supposed to destroy you, but I'm guessing you beg both shields with cross chops, and then you just end its life with Rock Slide. You do, and you absolutely destroy it. This thing is monstrous. It's so good. It's so good. You beat Meganium in the lead. You beat Melmetal. Munchlax takes a new vacation. Pelipper gets actually Pelipper beats you. Alolan Raichu is technically a psychic Pokemon, but it still gets blasted. Reggie Trashcan never stood a chance. You even beat Sableye! You'll beat Sableye. You beat Scrafty. You beat Shiftry. Now, of course, you're going to lose against the Flyers. You also lose against Stunfisk, but you don't really see regular cousin Stunfisk anymore. You will see Stunfisk, the Galarian version, so G-Pancake does lose. You also beat Swampert. Both versions of Swampert, whether it be Sludge Wave or Earthquake. Of course, you're going to lose against Tropius and Toxicroak just because of its flying type, and Tropius is a thick boy. However, you beat Umbreons, you beat Venusaurs. Shadow Victory Bell, you don't beat Shadow Victory, so just be very careful about that. Make sure you switch out. Unless you see Bastion in the lead, it's Grass Hole line, then you're great. You beat Vigoroth, you even beat Wishcash. You lose against Charmers, of course, and you beat Zweilous. In other words, Machamp beats a lot of crazy things that I shouldn't, like Azumarill. Azumarill, you beat a Spoomeril. You beat Spooter, so you'll beat the Spooter. You'll beat Spooter in lead. You even beat Alolan Raichu, and technically that should kill you. So you'll beat Galvantula, you'll beat Azu into 2 shield. You'll even beat Spooter, and yeah. Other than Charmers, Deoxys D, and a few other picks, you win a lot of leads with Shadow Machamp. So this is the lead. Let's take a look at the switch. Alright, so here's Shadow Machamp in the Switch. In the Switch, we go all the way to the left. You actually lose against the Bombasnow in as a switch, so just be careful. In the one shield, you'll lose against Obama. You beat in the twos, but you lose in the ones. You also beat Altaria in the one shield. Wait, what? Yeah, you beat Altaria in the one shield. I'm guessing what you do is you bait with a cross chop. You do, and then you rock slide, and you actually kill it. So you actually beat Altaria in the one shield, which is really, that's nuts. So you'll beat Altaria in the one shield. Of course, you're going to destroy Bastiodon. No one cares about Bastiodon. Bastiodon should just die. Fall over, roll over, die. You beat Ferrothorn, you beat Dugong, you beat Frostless because, yeah, I'm guessing you bait the shield and then you just leave Rock Slide. You'll beat Lapras, you beat Mantine, you even beat Alola Marowak in the one shield. How much damage does one Rock Slide do to poor Ghost Bone thingy? It absolutely destroys it. You actually take like 75% of like Marowak's health. That's nuts. But make sure you have to bait, so you have to bait with cross chop, and you live with a hefty amount of HP actually, so you can play this you can play with this a little bit. So you do win in the one shield versus Alola Marowak. You beat Meganium, Melmetal, Munchlax. If it switches into you, you beat Munchlax. So Munchlax isn't really a good safe switch against Machamp. Machamp absolutely destroys Registeel. You beat Sableye! You beat Sableye! That's nuts! You beat Sableye, you beat Scraft, you beat Shiftry. If poor dude sends a Shiftry into as a switch, hello. Machamp says hi. He says hi a lot. You even beat Skarmory. You beat two of the most powerful flyers in the meta, Altaria, and you literally beat Skarmory straight cross chop. That's just crazy. I've done analysis on Shadow Champ before, but I had no idea it was this. It's literally this vicious. So you beat two of the most powerful flyers in the game, Altaria and Skarmory. You beat Altaria for Lana Rock Slide, but you beat Skarmory straight cross chop. That is nuts. You even beat Stunfisk straight cross chop. I'm guessing it's straight cross chop. Yes, you literally beat. You beat G Stunfisk. You beat regular Stunfisk straight cross chop, and you even beat the G version. You'll lose against Swampert. But you even beat Tropius. You beat Air/Tropius in the one shield. Ladies and gentlemen, you have one of the most broken Pokemon in the entire game. It's literally busted as hell. Yeah, it does 108 damage. So you do a majority of Tropius' health if you manage to land the Rock Slide, which is nuts. Of course, you're gonna beat Umbreon. You beat Venusaur as well. Don't you resist counters with Venusaur? What is wrong? Why is this thing so powerful? Yeah, yeah. So you bait with a shield, and then Rock Slide ends the poor career of the Venusaur. Wow. You beat Vigoroth. So you beat Vigoroth very convincingly. You also beat Wishcash. You beat Zweilous. Of course, you're gonna lose against the Charmers. You don't like Razor Leafers either, or Swampert, but you beat a lot of relevant picks with Machamp. Like I said, some of the most notable matchups: Altaria, Bastiodon. Anything that beats Bastiodon is amazing. You beat Altaria in the ones. You beat Alola Marowak, and you beat Skarmory in the one shield. That's disgustingly powerful. A lot of other relevant safe switches too, such as Sableye and Munchlax, you actually beat those as well. You beat Shiftry. Shiftry is still used as a switch in this meta, so you will beat that, as well as Galarian Pancake does not stand a chance. Even regular Pancake does not stand a chance in the one shield. That is Machamp. If you switch Machamp into something and it defeats it, it beats it convincingly, it's very likely you're going to come out of that matchup with a W plus energy. Alright, so we did the 2-1s. Now let's do the closer. So in the closer, where you don't have shields, so if shields are down, Machamp goes to town. So, as you see here, you beat Obamaso, you destroyed Bastion. This is the best thing ever. You beat Dugong, Drifblim, Ferrothorn. So anything that is weak to fighting or rock, you essentially just absolutely take it out of the face of this planet. You beat Lapras, you beat Mantine. You also beat Melmetal, you beat Munchlax, you beat Registeel, you beat Sableye, Scrafty, Shiftry. You lose, you can win. How do you win with close combat? Wait, what? Does close combat actually do enough damage to take out this poor little... Yeah, does it? Yeah, close combat actually. If you have close combat... Okay, so this is actually not going to happen 9 times, but if you have close combat, you can actually take out the Skarmory with Shadow Machamp. That's freaking nuts. So, you also beat both versions of Stunfisk. Now, you lose against Toxicroak, Tropius, like things you usually lose against. You'll beat Umbreon, you'll beat Umbreon, you'll beat Vigoroth, you'll also beat Zweilous. The interesting is if you have close combat, it does some crazy things, like you can beat some interesting matchups. You'll actually beat Skarmory, and you'll beat Wishcash if you have close combat. So just a heads up. I wouldn't recommend you use it, but just a little fun thing to like put out there. Now, imagine this usually happens a lot. Now, let's do give it one shield, and let's put no shield on everything else. Better yet, yeah, in fact, let's put two shields, and like, let's see what you beat with zeros. So if you are up two shields, what do you lose against? You only lose against Clefable, Hypno, you lose against Metacham, Shadow, you lose against Charmers, so you lose against four things relevant in the meta, and they're Charmers, Shadow, Victory Bell, and that's it. And Hypno. So anything that does super effective fast move damage, or like heavy fast move damage like Hypno, and Charmers, you lose against Metachamp, but why? Why do you lose Metachamp up two shields? Like, I really legitimately curious, like, what beats you? So Metachamp barely beats you. So do a little chip damage against Metachamp, you actually beat it, but anyways, up two shields, you literally beat everything. You will beat everything in this meta up two shields, with the exception of Shadow, Victory Bell, Charmers, and Hypno. And even if you're up one shield, you still beat so many things. You'll lose against Cresselia, you lose against Hypno, against Metachamp, but you still beat so many other things. Up a shield, you beat a majority of the meta still. So you basically beat the same picks with the exception of Cresselia. So Shadow Machamp in The Sims up shields is a monster. If it has a shield, with one shield, it could do so much damage. With no, and it's just it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. So up a shield, Machamp dominates. Like if you save your shields and just send in Shadow Machamp, it can absolutely destroy a lot in the meta. So Shadow Machamp, in summary, is incredibly powerful in Go Battle League. If you save shields with it, it beats a lot of really good matchups. Like, I would look at the sim, run Shadow Machamp, which you would like to cover, and it could just run through a lot. Having Machamp in the back with shields, or even leading it with shields, is monstrous. It beats Azu with two shields. It beats Alola Marowak up a shield. It beats a majority of the meta up shields. In the 2-0s, it beats everything except Hypnos, Shadow Ray Releasers, and Charmers, at least in this sim. So you beat 44 people in the meta. 44 Pokemon. Up one shield, it beats 39 of the strongest meta Pokemon, -5, which is Cresselia, Hypno, and Charmers, and Shadow Razor Leaf Victory Bell. So as long as it's not any of those 5, you beat all of them up a shield, which is nuts. That's without Machamp having energy advantage. If Machamp has energy advantage, that'd be even worse. So Shadow Machamp is really busted for Season 4. It even beats Spooter in the 2 shield. So it is a monster of a Pokemon. If you want to use it, go right ahead. It's incredibly powerful. Make sure you cover it really well. If they are running double flyers, make sure you have shields. But other than that, Shadow Machamp is still a force to be reckoned with in Season 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis. You guys have a great day. Remember, Shadow Machamp is expensive. It's not really available. If you do get a good one, though, I heavily recommend you use it for Great League and Go Battle League. You guys have a great day. Make sure your Shadow Champ is up shields, and use it. It's really good. It's really good.